Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This store is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Get signed up for their email distribution list to find out when the store will be opening, what their hours will be, and most importantly, what they will have in inventory at abvbarrelshop.com. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebartogo.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show. Oh, this is a fun one. Here we go. The Bourbon Daily 2017. This is, I don't know, October or November of 2017. This is McNew's, I think, third appearance on the Bourbon Daily. So the first one, McNew's only done one show where she was just a guest, not an announcer. And then after that, she became our announcer. But this is probably her second time being an announcer. And yeah, McNew, I don't think you remember anything about the show because you get pretty lit that first night.
But I saw it said BTAC 2017, and I know that the first shows I ever recorded were late October 2017.
Okay.
So this is like the first, second, maybe third time I ever recorded. So I know this is going to be a whole damn hot mess.
Yeah. So it's Tracy Napolitano. So
I couldn't say Tracy's last name for the longest.
Right.
Never learned how to say Tracy's last name until like 2 years ago.
Right. So we've got, that dynamic and, you and, yes, you used to come on and drink really hard. And sometimes we'd still do. You just never know when it's going to be one of those nights. But for the most part, it's not the everyday. Even Justine, remember your first show? You came on, you drank too hard. It's just, it happens, right?
Yeah, I think we did like 5 shows that night. And I only remember half of the 4th show, and I don't remember the 5th show at all.
That happens.
Yeah, you got it takes you a while to be on the Bourbon Daily to learn to pace yourself. And then, like you said, some people never do. Danny, I don't think will ever learn to pace himself. He's just always going to be Danny, which is kind of fun. So, but here you go. Here's an early episode from McNew. I didn't want to, because we played her first show before, and I thought I'll just get an early one, and that's what we did here. So enjoy this one, an early episode of McNew.
Let's
drink.
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you Monday through Friday every week. Today on the show, we are talking about tracking down the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. My name is Stephanie McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley and our special guest Tracy Napolitano.
There you go.
I think she did pretty good there. I think she kind of got it.
She did good.
Think about it really hard.
At least she didn't leave it off last time.
Right, yeah. Last time she just said Tracy.
Yeah.
You were supposed to notice, though. But.
Yeah. And I didn't. I just found out something. Your first name's Stephanie.
It is.
I thought it was either Miss or just McNew.
It can just be McNew for forever. Just McNew.
Just McNew. Okay.
Just McNew.
We were just talking beforehand. The three of us have something, very much in common. We enjoy going on distillery tours. So, and, we're big into, we've probably been to in multiple states, but obviously Kentucky is where it's at when you're talking about distillery tours. Yeah. So what do you guys think if someone was saying, hey, I'm going there, what is the best tour to go on? You think that someone's like, hey, I've never been on a distillery tour. I want to learn a little bit about, bourbon and develop that passion. Where would you guys send them?
Oh, wow. It's hard because,
they're all a little bit different, right? Everything's kind of the same, all a little different, but everything's also a little different too. Yeah,
I love the closeness of the tour at Willett. Mm-hmm. It's a great little distillery. I like what they're doing there, and and she let me drink right out the high wine box, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
but Buffalo Trace has got a ton of different tours, so I mean you can go back weekend after weekend after weekend and go to see different stuff at Buffalo Trace.
Right. Yeah.
And you can get a Freddie tour too. So that's
You can get a Freddie tour.
Yeah.
But get the other Freddie too, the Fred. Fred gives a good tour too, Monzer.
Okay.
So I can't leave my buddy Fred out. Yeah.
What about you?
He came down to the Bourbon Fest last year.
Yeah. What about you, McNew? Do you have a favorite or two? A couple you want to share?
Yeah. So I think Wild Turkey is probably one of the coolest. Like if you like the history of bourbon and like the tradition, Wild Turkey, their visitor center is phenomenal, and Jimmy Russell hangs out there.
Yeah.
I met him last summer, and it was amazing.
Right. So you anybody who's doing this stuff is like us. They're bourbon fans. So you talk about the highest potential for celebrity sighting, and we will call bourbon people celebrities in this world.
Sure.
Yes.
The chance to see Jimmy Russell, and there's no bigger bourbon celebrity than Jimmy Russell. So
correct.
Yeah, like he hangs out there with his wife, and his granddaughter is actually a tour guide there. She was our tour guide, so it was cool. It was a good experience. Especially people going there like us, they know these things. It's cool to see them. You get like more excited about that than the tour.
Mm-hmm.
And Heaven Hill was pretty amazing as well. I liked Heaven Hill.
Mm-hmm. I like one that a lot of people say they don't like. I thought the Jim Beam tour. Now I've gone on it before, but I went on it last summer again, and I thought what they're doing right now is pretty fantastic. I don't know. You get really a feel for the entire process. And you get to taste it, whiskey as it comes on the barrel. They dump a barrel right in front of you, which you don't get to see on all these, which is really cool. They give you a little taste of it, coming out of the barrel. You get to see production line. You get just a little bit of everything on the Beam Tour. I think they do a good job. And plus, you get to basically try everything that's part of their regular lineup. None of the special releases or anything like that.
Yeah, and you get to bottle your own if you want to bottle your own bottle. Knob Creek.
Knob Creek, yeah, which I did
they
that
let
too.
you do that.
Yeah.
They let you wax it, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Put your thumbprint in the top so you know it's yours.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, Jim Beam Tour is great. There's so many great tours. I mean, look at the beauty of the Woodford Reserve Distillery and the beauty of
Maker's
Four
Mark.
Roses. I mean, that building's
Four
amazing.
Roses too, yeah. So unique, yeah.
And Al Young's hanging out in the gift shop.
Right. Yeah, that's another one that you can run into on a fairly regular basis. So
you can't. I don't think you can go wrong with any tour you go on in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we did the solid tour at Limestone Branch. That's how I got to meet Stephen Beam.
Okay.
It's a great little tour. I mean, the place isn't big, but he goes and takes you and shows you everything. Stephen gave us our tour. So it's a nice little place to visit
for sure.
And he's making some pretty great bourbons over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Investment from Luxco, a St. Louis-based company. Yeah. Oh yeah. We always like to plug Luxco whenever we can, even though they're not big fans of what we're doing.
They're not.
I don't know. They actually, we had John Rempe on, which was pretty cool. But I want to talk to Don Lux. I really, because he's a St. Louis businessman. I kind of look up to the guy. I want to talk to him, but haven't had any luck doing that. They've not granted that request yet. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep working it.
You got to keep pounding on that door.
Yep. I'll wear him down. And he gets out there. He goes to events and things like that. So he'll appear at bourbon festival things and stuff like that. So he's not overly shy. He could come on the show for sure.
He should never ignore a Colonel.
Exactly. Yeah. So in terms of scoring a bottle, because everybody, when they go to Kentucky, they want to score a bottle. They want to get something unique that they can't get when, back home. Willet's the best for that, right? I mean, they do gift shop releases on a fairly regular basis. It is kind of luck of the draw. There's nothing that's planned or anything like that, or, unless maybe you're really in the know. I'm not in that sort of in the know. I know a lot of people follow that kind of stuff on Facebook and that, but again, they're getting it once it stared to happen. It's not like, you
hear that, hey, a 14, 20-year-old bourbon's out at Willet.
Right.
You're hearing it on Facebook, and now you got to get to Kentucky to get it.
Right.
Unless you live in Kentucky.
Yeah.
But Heaven Hill does a pretty good job too with some specialty releases.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go there and like say Elijah 18's coming out, they'll have so many bottles available that morning, and people wait online to get those.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So then you can go check out Willet. It's just down the street.
Yeah, I think those two are in my mind are the best two for getting something that you might not get anywhere else.
Yeah, because you go to Buffalo Trace, they're not stocking antique collection, and they're not stocking Pappy.
Right.
You're gonna get bourbon cream in a regular
Right.
Buffalo Trace.
At that, the one that's downtown Louisville, the Evan Williams Experience, which I can't really recommend that tour. That's not my type of thing. It's movies and stuff like that. It's not really that
Yeah, but I thought it was very informative.
Yeah, it's to do one time, but I like going back to like Beam I've been to before. I go to Maker's Mark. I don't think feeling the need to take that Evan Williams tour a second time.
Well, if you're down there and the tourists, it's what it is. It's for the tourists.
Right, for sure.
Yeah, that's kind of, I agree. Like if you're just in Louisville, it's like, hey, it's right there. Why not drop in and check it out? But
they do have a good gift shop there, and they get the export version.
Right. If you don't have time to jump on a Mint Julep Tours bus and go hit a bunch of them, then take the downtown tours, because you're going to have Old Forester open there soon as well.
Yeah.
And Angel's Envy isn't far from there.
Angel's Envy is a nice tour.
Yeah, it
that's
is.
That's a really beautiful distillery. I've been there twice.
Twice already? I've been there one time already. So yeah.
Beautiful distillery.
Yep. Anything else, McNew? I mean, you do this a lot. So you're you're less than 2 hours away from all that?
Yeah, I'm about 2-3 hours. It depends. I did just visit Maker's Mark last Saturday, though, because they have the Chihuly art exhibit going on right now. And I think that's an amazing collaboration because you get your friends, my friends aren't into bourbon like I am. Right. So it's like, hey, but come see this artwork. So you do get to experience with people who normally wouldn't. So I like the collaboration they're doing right now.
Yeah.
And it's another beautiful distillery.
Yeah.
The property's amazingly beautiful.
Have always been beautiful, but it was cool to see the artwork there too.
Yeah.
And McNew, they carried that over a little bit because that was supposed to end, I think, in early October. Do you know how long they're going to have that on display till?
Chihuly Nights, which is what I did, I think is going till November 25th.
Okay.
The night tours are, and they're self-guided, which was kind of fun too. You just wander around by yourself. I thought that was great. And I think the whole exhibit, they're going to do it during their regular tours during the day, is open till December 3rd.
December 3rd. Okay. Mm-hmm. Cool stuff. Yeah, amongst other things. All right. Well, on this show, like every other one on the network, we do drink. What is everyone drinking tonight? We'll start with Tracy.
I am drinking a great vintage from Kirkland's.
Okay.
Water, purified.
All right.
16 ounce.
All right. Yeah, Tracy is, she's not back onto the ability to drink yet with us. He'll be joining us back on that soon, but for right now, he's got to stick with the water. Yeah. Could you do an 80 proof bourbon? I mean, that is more water than.
Yeah, we discussed it with the doctor, and he said, get through the healing process from the surgery, and maybe in 2 to 3 weeks you might be able to have your first one.
Okay.
So we'll see how it goes.
All right. So speaking of an 80 proof bourbon, I saw Basil Hayden, the dark rye. Have you guys tried
it? It's good.
That? Is it good?
It's good. Oh man, it's good.
Okay, I saw that
really
on the
good.
shelf. I may have to go pick up a bottle. Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth the money. Get it. It's really good.
Okay. Yeah. It was like $44, so it wasn't horrible, but
it's one that's going to stick around in their line.
Okay.
They're not going to. It's not going to be like the rye that came and went.
All right.
There's going to be a new product added to the line. The Basil Hayden.
McNew, have you tried that one yet?
I have. I like it. I'm a fan of Basil Hayden anyway, so that one was good as well.
Okay. Well, what are you drinking tonight?
I have Elijah Craig small batch. It's still kind of new for me.
Okay.
They don't usually last that long at my house, but
you've been taking it easy. All right. Tracy, I'm drinking Kings County. This is one that I don't think you've tried, the Barrel Strength.
No, I have that one.
Come on, man. I thought I had you on something.
No, you got to get that chocolate one to have me.
No.
I don't have the chocolate.
All right. I'm calling Colin. I'll get some of that then. I got to show you up. All right, gang. Well, cheers.
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 Okay. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we are going to talk the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. Everybody's out there. Some people already have found some. Some people it hasn't made it to their market yet. I know here in St. Louis it hasn't made it yet. Tracy hasn't made it to New Orleans yet.
It is not. Well, it's in the warehouses, I hear, but it's not in the stores yet.
All right, McNew. What about Richmond, Indiana?
Richmond gets no love. I got to go to Indy, Cincinnati, somewhere if I want to find anything. So,
all right,
we're just not that big.
We'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the antique collection. Look forward to that. We'll talk to you in a few.
Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot in the greater St. Louis area. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only focuses on single barrels. We aren't open just yet, but our plan is to have the most diverse single barrel offerings from our many friends in the world of bourbon. By signing up for a weekly email, you will know our entire inventory we have on hand. In addition to single barrels, we'll have a tasting bar and a gift shop featuring logo merchandise for both the shop and the ABV network, as well as a full curriculum of bourbon education classes. Additionally, we'll use the gift shop to feature products from our partners in the world of bourbon, companies like Art Eatable Chocolates and Old Man Bay Signs. Head over to ABV Barrel Shop to sign up for our email and text distribution list so you can stay in the know. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent visits to Kentucky. Today, he's leading the way for young distillers making their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery combines family history, a look at what makes their products unique, and of course, a tasting through their whiskeys, moonshines, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com and visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
Hey, this is Leah Richards from pigofthemonth.com, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
This is McNew. I'm speaking with Steve and Tracy today about Buffalo Trace Antique Collection.
McNew, you're on the move again. Where are you going?
I just wander around all the time. I can't.
She's
sit
constantly on the move.
So are you
seasick over here.
Are you fidgety, or what's the deal with this, McNew?
What is what?
What's the deal with this? Are you like a fidgety person? You got to be.
I am, and I'm stuck in a desk 8 to 10 hours a day, so it's hard for me to sit when I get home.
Okay.
So I just can't hold still.
All right. So, when they did the press release for this, they had a lot of cool stats, and you kind of got to wade through those a little bit, but it really tells you a lot about the brand and, how many bottles are out, that type of thing, and where they are versus last year. So it'll give you an idea of how accessible this stuff is. And I just thought it was interesting. So I thought we'd put it all together for a show. So we're going to talk about each of the individual items in the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. Now, as a reminder, the suggested retail for these is $90. Good luck paying that. If you can find it for $90, buy everything you can see. But typically it's going to go for more than that. Even your stores that are on the up and up, they're going to typically do a slight premium above that, and some of them just will go crazy. You'll see regular secondary prices within.
They're
stores.
$225 to $250 around here.
Oh yeah. So that's that. Yeah, they don't flinch at that kind of stuff. I ran into a bottle of Al Young yesterday. I saw it on the shelf in the case. I was just so excited and ran over to check it out. $3.99. It's still there.
Much.
Yeah. I did not buy it. So let's talk about each one of these. McNew, you want to tell us about the first one?
Yeah. First up, we have George T. Stagg.
All right.
And that was 309 barrels, about roughly 37,000, a little over bottles available this year.
Okay.
And that's definitely, more than last year when there's about 9,121 in 2016.
Oh, yeah, that's huge. So you're talking 27,000 bottles plus more this year. So
yeah,
that'll be the one that people will be finding, I guess. So
yeah, my retailers already told me that would be the one that's definitely going to be easy to get.
Yeah,
easy to find. Yeah. It's barrel proof at 129.2. It's aged 15 years and 3 months, non-chill filtered, and it only lost about 54% due to evaporation.
54%, okay. Yeah.
Only 54%.
Only.
More than half are just gone. Just goodbye.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, so that's a barrel proof option there. 129.2 is what that is this year, huh? So, yeah. All right. I hope I can get a bottle of that. It's pretty plentiful, So yeah, I have.
It's the one you've seen people with pictures of already online.
Right.
That's the more common of the barrels of the bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, wonder why they strategically. How does this happen? I wonder. I have no idea. So they jump up that big. I mean,
I feel like there's always a plan. They thought it through for some reason. They're just going to send a bunch more of those out for whatever reason.
All right.
There's a plan, though.
All right, Tracy, you want to talk a little bit about WL Weller?
So this is one of my favorites. We're going to get 155 barrels for 2017.
Okay.
About 19,000, little over 19,000 bottles will be available. Slight increase from the year before at 13,000.
All right.
So you're looking at 128 proof on barrel proof for this one. 12 years and 6 months is the age. It is another non-chill filtered, and 54.1% was lost to evaporation.
Okay. Yeah. Boy, what is the one that you want out of all these typically? I think William Weller is maybe the highlight of the collection. Yeah.
It's always the one I want.
It's the gold standard, right? Yeah.
In the collection. I've gotten several bottles of the 17 Eagle Rare. I mean, I keep that one open here at the house. But this is the one I guess of the BTAC collection, this is my white whale.
Yeah. So, maybe there's some hope, up 5,500 bottles this year. So, maybe it'll give you a chance at that one. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about Thomas H. Handy. So there were 72 barrels of that, and that means there's a little bit over 14,000 barrels. This production's also up on this one. There was 11,944 the previous year, so a little bit of an increase. You're talking 17.4%. This one's also a barrel proof offering, so it comes in at 127.2 and aged 6 years, 5 months. It's a non-chill filtered offering, and only about 27.2% of this is lost to evaporation. Again, much shorter aging time, so that's what leads to that. So that's the deal on Thomas Handy. Where does Handy fit for you guys in terms of the antique collection? Pretty low, right?
Pretty low for me. I mean, I've got one open.
Yeah.
It's not always my favorite.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not a collector, though. I mean, I know you guys collect. I don't. If I buy a bottle, it's because I want to drink it. I don't have a huge collection, and it's just kind of not one that I would try to look for.
Okay. All right, McNew, what's the next one then?
Sazerac, and there were 25 barrels.
Okay.
And 2,637 bottles are available this year. It's about a little bit over 100 more from last year. And it's bottled at 90 proof and aged 18 years. It was chill filtered, and 72.7% was lost to evaporation.
Wow. Yeah.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. Yeah. So it makes sense that they're going to, proof that one down a little bit so they have something to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And what's the last one, Tracy?
The Eagle Rare 17.
Okay.
So we got 36 barrels. You're going to have 1,461 bottles this year. That's a big decrease from the year before.
Okay.
Last year you had 4,100 bottles.
Wow.
So that's a big decrease. It's coming in at 65.1% decrease in bottles. You've got 90 proof on this one, 17 years and 3 months, and it is chill filtered, and 89.5% lost to evaporation.
Wow. So, all things considered, I mean, that's the one to get in terms of rarity. I think that everybody, looks for all these in the collection. Eagle Rare's popular anyway. And based on the fact there's only 1,461 bottles, if your retailer has said, hey, you're a great customer, you're going to get one of these, that's probably the one to choose. But let's cast that aside. Let's not say that you're looking at the numbers that you might grab because it's going to be the toughest one. Even though that WL Weller's maybe your favorite, Tracy. I don't know what you do if you got that call. That's a tough one, right? What would you do
Well, it is, and I've already put my request in for the bottles I want. Obviously, I requested all of them.
Sure.
But I gave him a list. And Sazerac 18 was number one on my list this year.
Okay.
Because I love Sazerac.
Yeah, me too.
It's, And then Eagle Rare I had the Weller, then Eagle Rare was behind there.
All right.
That's my order in which, because I've got a few bottles of Eagle Rare here at the house already.
Let's hear that again. Your 5 in order, and then we'll have McNew do the same thing, and then I'll do the same thing too. So number one
for me,
is
it's Sazerac.
Okay.
Then it'll be Weller.
All right.
Then it would be the Eagle Rare.
Okay.
And then we'll go to the Stag, and then Handy.
Okay. All right. McNew, how about you? Retailer call says, please rank these, McNew, and I'll see what I can do for you.
So, like I said, I'm a drinker, not a collector. So, I'm not trying to find something special to sit on my shelf. So I'm going to go, I'm probably the one that makes them the happiest because I'm so easy about it. So I'd probably just do the George T. Stag because it's going to be simple to get, if it's in my area. Then I would do the WL Weller.
Okay.
And then probably Sazerac's good. I like Sazerac.
Sure.
And then, Eagle Rare, and then Thomas Handy is probably last on my list.
Thomas Handy last, okay. For me, I would do WL Weller only because I like it, and my friends all like it too. I'm in this little bourbon drinkers club, and it's all about that WL Weller. So I'd like to be able to bring some to the club and help them out with that. For me, number 2 would be Sazerac. Number 3 would be the Eagle Rare. Number 4 would be the Stag, and then the Handy is the last one on my list as well. Was that the last one for everybody here?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So that's we're all the same on that. So, yeah, interesting stuff. We'll all be out hunting. If I had the ability to buy all 5, so say McNew, someone called and said, "Hey, McNew, you're on this hot Bourbon Daily show. I like you on there. I've got all 5. They're $90 a piece. I'll sell them to you for retail. Do you want them?"
I absolutely want them. I'm never going to say no.
You were going to be fired if you said no, because you could always call the boss and say, "I can only afford one of these. Do you want the rest?"
Yeah. No, yeah, I would absolutely take them. I never say no. But
okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, that wraps it up. Just a look at production numbers, how hard or easy these things are going to be to find. None of it's really going to be easy. That's maybe in air quotes, but
no, it's not.
Yeah, if you have a good relationship with your retailer, I think at a minimum you'll be able to get a Stag is what you're looking at, and depending on how good of a customer you are, maybe you can go up the feeding trough there a little bit, but that'll be the one that you're going to see based on those numbers. That's big.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about where we can find everyone. Tracy, we're starting with you.
So you can find me at Nola Bourbon on Instagram, and I'm Inno Bourbon Fest on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. And if you want to reach me directly, it's info@NewOrleansBourbonFestival.com. I do answer those emails.
All right. McNew, how about you?
I am on Instagram at Miss_McNew.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Instagram or Twitter. Check out my website, steveakeley.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, if the audience wants to give us a 5-star review, that includes comment. It really helps us in marketing the show, and your feedback really helps motivate us and give the show direction.
All right, gang, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com.
Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the Hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's upcoming Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.